you dealt with, you refuse to move forward with the plan. You know that you're supposed to minister. You know that you're supposed to write songs. You know that you're supposed to open doors. You know that you're supposed to wrap up cables. You know that because of what God has given you financially, you are able to help fund the kingdom. You're aware of all these things, but you chipped your tooth. And because you chipped your tooth, you refuse to move forward. You're staying stuck where you're at. You know what you're supposed to do, but you don't want to do it because the chipped tooth wasn't part of the plan. The plan was to get down from the hotel room, drive to the venue, and preach your heart out. It's amazing how we can have a plan, and then something happens along the way, and we would think it should excuse us from proceeding as normal. You got a chipped tooth. You got an offense. You're angry. You're frustrated. You don't know why it didn't happen for you. You didn't know why you didn't get the call. You don't know why he said this or she said that. You're frustrated about the mortgage. There's so much going on in your mind and you can't compute it or understand it. But now as a result, you are so offended that you refuse to leave the room. You refuse to leave the space. You refuse to get to where you need to get to. Proverbs 18, verse 19 says this: an offended friend is harder to win back than a fortified city. Arguments separate friends like a gate locked with bars. My friend Havilah Cunnington preaches this brilliant message on offense, and she defines offense this way: offense is an unresolved conflict with a loved one or friend. Simple enough. An unresolved conflict with a loved one or friend. Maybe your friend is in the room. Maybe your loved one is in the room. Maybe when you used to come to this room, you used to sit together. You don't sit together anymore. Maybe Sundays were the day that your family got together. That's not happening anymore. Maybe that used to be your go-to person. That was your guy, that was your girl, that was your friend, that was your spouse, that was someone to you had a relationship with, but something happened, a tooth was chipped, and now as a result, it's not happening like it used to happen. If we're being honest here, have you ever been offended? Because I want to talk to Mary. I want to have a conversation with the Marys in the room. Each and every Mary that's here. The Mary that knows where they should be, but refuses to move forward. The Bible says that Jesus came to the gate. And as he came to the town gate, Martha went to go meet him, but Mary stood back in the house. The Bible then goes on to describe to us that Mary stays back with the mourners. She prefers to hang back with the criers. She prefers to hang back with those that agree with her and believe like her. Why? Because misery loves company. Offended people love offended people. Offended people have no problem taking up your offense because for them it's all the same. Your offense is their offense, and they can see offense in your offense because they're offended. So they stay back, and as opposed to getting to where Jesus is, she says, I'm not going over there, I'm gonna stay right here. But this is amazing to me because this isn't just Mary that would later go to the feet of Jesus and put perfume on his feet. This is the Mary that before this moment, before Lazarus dies, you can't get her away from the feet of Jesus. She loves her Jesus. That's her Jesus. That's her Lord. So when Martha is in the kitchen cooking and putting in all the work and getting the food all prepared and pouring the wine and getting everything all beautiful and pretty, she could care less about any of it. She says, I'm going to stay right here because nothing is separating me from my Jesus. I love my Jesus. He's my Lord. He's my Savior. But then something happens. She thinks Jesus lied to her. She thinks that the man that they welcomed into their home and put their faith in and believed that he was in fact the Messiah, the one to come, they're now thinking it was all a scam. You said that the sickness will not end in death, and yet my brother is dead. You want me to come to you? No thanks. I'm staying back where I am. I'm staying with the mourners. I'm staying with those that will cry with me and tell me how right I am for not going to meet him. I'm going to hang out with them. We're going to be over here. If you think that I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to church, if you think that when they're telling us to worship that I'm going to lift up my hands, if you think I'm going to keep on tithing, if you think I'm going to keep committed to this whole, you're crazy. Because you told me something was going to happen and it doesn't seem to happen. It's amazing how even though the Bible tells us who can understand the mind of God, we actually believe we can predict his steps. If you don't understand his ways, and if you don't understand the way that he thinks, why would you think you know his next move? Why do you think you know he's going to do it the way that you would want him to do it? Because in her mind, he's only a few miles away. He could have been where they were in just seconds. In fact, he didn't have to go anywhere. He could have sent the word and said, Lazarus, be healed. And Lazarus would have been healed. But the Bible says he stayed where he was a few more days. And because he stood where he was a few more days, Lazarus dies. Mary's in her feelings. Lied to me. You promised me. You told me he wasn't gonna die. You told me I would have a career. You told me my song would be number one. You told me that I had ministry. You told me that I had a child inside of me. You told me I was gonna have a family. You told me that I was gonna be married. You showed me the picture of the home. I have all these plans and all these diaries, and nothing seems to add up to the word that you gave me. See, the irony of it all is that God only gives us words to keep us on track. However, he doesn't have to give you the word. He can let you deal with all of it and still do what he does, and yet in his grace and mercy, he gives you a peek into what it is that he has for you in hopes that you would stay the course, keep on worshiping him, keep on praising him, and yet because it doesn't add up to the way you think it should look, you stay back with your arms folded. But friend, can I tell you that your story isn't really about you? It's your story for his glory. It's what he wants to do through you and in you so that he can receive the praise. This is why it is not about your career. This is why it's not about your verified blue check. This is why it is not about your paycheck. This is why it is not about all the things that you think it is about. It is about him and how he can extract his glory from the situation, because he knows that if Lazarus dies, but he's showing up, Lazarus is not going to stay dead. And if I can walk into that town, and if I can pull that body out of the grave, now everybody is going to have their attention fixated on me, and they're going to think about how great I am. But this isn't what Mary wanted. Why? Because she wanted a healing so she could be with her brother. But Jesus is trying to give us a resurrection so that people can find a Savior. You want your miracle on day one? He says, I'm a day four God. I do it how I do it. I'll work it out. Your story isn't about you. It's your story to point to my glory. You had a hard time. You are about to work it out. It seems too difficult. It's okay. I'm about to work it out. It's not going the way you want it to go. I promise you, I go from glory to glory to glory. So even though it seems like it's bad, turn this whole thing around. And when I turn it around, they will understand that there is no other God before me. If you are grateful for Jesus, I dare you in your feelings, in your offense, and all the emotions to stand right now. Lift up your hands, and with everything you've got, give Jesus your best praise. 1, 2, 3. Because he's doing it to make it work for him. It's not your story,